Hey guys, Lucky here from the Boston Celtics, and you're about to watch the Suffolk Sports Report.
Oh, that's a catch. Tatum drives down and throws it down. Pressure. Wow, saved by Rash on his belly. Way back it carries. And
that ball is gone. Welcome into Studio 73. My name is Dia Pajeski, and you're watching the Suffolk Sports Report. We're back and ready to go with new hosts and content this season. Let's start with the biggest story this week. We have a new champion in baseball. The Atlanta Braves break the city's championship drought and win their first title since 1995. The Braves World Series victory was a team effort that reflected their entire season. Resilient, gritty, and defiant. Middle of the lineup hitter Marcell Ozuna was arrested in May with domestic violence charges and never returned. Mike Soroka, one of their best starting pitchers, re-injured his Achilles in June. Franchise player Ronald Acuna Jr. tore his ACL in July in the midst of an MVP caliber season. By the end of July, the Braves were below 500 and 5 games out of first place in the NL East. Instead of folding, the Braves front office went for it. They added Jock Peterson, Adam Duvall, Jorge Soler, and Eddie Rosario, who all became key contributors in this postseason run. Congratulations to the Braves, especially Freddie Freeman, who's been through all the highs and lows as the face of the franchise for Atlanta this past decade. Also, thank you for beating the Trash Tros. Sincerely, all baseball fans. Moving on to some national headlines, Packers star quarterback Aaron Rodgers tested positive for COVID-19 and will miss Sunday's game against the Chiefs. It was later revealed that he was unvaccinated, despite him saying that he had been immunized in August. Rodgers had not been observed to be following the obvious protocols for unvaccinated players. The league is currently reviewing the situation with both the Packers and Rodgers for breaking protocol. Now let's turn to Boston sports. The Boston Celtics have had a difficult start to their season. Here's Devin Stefano with more in Dishing It with Devin.
All right, thanks, Di. Now for Dishing It with Dev. The Boston Celtics have certainly had their share of ups and downs so far. An overtime win against the strong Charlotte Hornets squad appeared to be a turn of the tides. However, back-to-back losses against the Wizards and a downright disappointing performance versus the Bulls, where the Celtics held a 14-point lead in the fourth quarter that was quickly vanquished by a 39-10 Bulls scoring run, had the locker room in a stir. In the post-game press conference, Celtics guard Marcus Smart commented on Brown and Tatum's unwillingness to pass the ball. Marcus Smart isn't the type to shy away from conflict, and despite his comments, I believe his leadership qualities and tenacious play on the court has earned the respect of his teammates. But truth be told, it doesn't really matter what I think. When the Celtics traveled to Orlando, they held a players-only meeting. According to NBC Sports' Dan Feldman, the meeting was emotional at times and not terribly productive. Locker room tension is nothing new for the Celtics. Former head coach Brad Stevens struggled to manage player personalities all of last season. Now, with the win against Orlando, followed up by a dominant defensive performance to take down a blistering hot Miami Heat team, the Celtics may have finally found their groove. 6 Celtics finished with double figures, but once again, Jason Tatum had a minimal impact on the game, finishing with 10 points and not registering a single point till the fourth quarter. Nevertheless, the Celtics found a way to win, and if Brown and Tatum start to click along with consistent contributions from the bench, this is a team that could very well be a title contender. But for now, the Celtics look to keep their win streak alive as they finish their road trip in Dallas. Back to you, Di.
All right, so that's a little bit about the Boston Celtics season. Hopefully they improve. We're bringing in Devin to talk about the NBA City jerseys now. So Devin, take it away.
All right, thanks, Di. So how we rank these City Edition jerseys is from best to worst, starting with S, going down to F. We're going to start from the top. We have the Toronto Raptors jersey, a nice black with gold accents on the side. The Oklahoma City jersey, the all white, looks really clean. And then you have the Spurs jersey, also, again, mainly all white, and then those colored accents on the side. I personally like the Toronto jersey the most. Is there anything that you would change from my top 3?
I love all the top 3. So the Toronto one, obviously, it's a throwback to the classic purple jerseys and changing it to black and gold. I think that's really cool. I like the OKC all whites. I might put them in the A, just a little bit below S, because even though it's all white, it's like really new and different. But I don't know how it's gonna like apply. It's a little boring at the same time, if that makes sense. And the Spurs jersey, home run. It's a good twist on the Fiesta warm-ups that have been used for a long time. So I love your top three. Can't go wrong with it.
All right, we're gonna move down to the next tier. We have the Nets jersey. The reason I put it up there is because it's different from the original, like, black and white jerseys that they have, being the Brooklyn Nets. I really like that colorway. The Charlotte jersey, one of the reasons I even put it up there is because of the Jordan symbol. No other team has the Jordan symbol on their jersey. Everyone else has Nike, so I really like that. Bucks jersey, I think that, of course, looks clean, different from their average jerseys that they typically wear. Houston is very vintage from what they used to wear, and same with Chicago. That's why they're both there. Phoenix's jersey, I understand they didn't change it from last year's City Edition, but I had to keep it up there just because the contrast in colors is really nice, and the jersey really looks well, or the court looks really well with the jersey, excuse me. So, what do you think about this tier?
Yeah, still pretty solid. For me personally, I'd move them a little further down because they haven't changed it, but it's still a solid look for them, and they wore it in their postseason run, so obviously they got to keep the good mojo going.
So now we're starting off with the yellow jersey of Atlanta. A lot of people I feel like might have mixed feelings about these ones, but I promise you, if you look at them wearing it on the court, like a player wearing it, it does look really clean. That's why I have it right there. Memphis jersey, I think, is an underrated jersey. You just got that navy blue with the yellow accent on the side. It looks nice. All right, so next we have the Warriors jersey. The reason I honestly would drop this a few levels now that I look at it, the lightning bolts on the side add some flavor to it, but other than that, it is pretty generic. Looks like the normal jerseys they wear basically every night. Along with the Rip City, Detroit, Clippers, and New York, kind of compiled them all together. They all look honestly pretty similar with the one solid color. One of them that I might differ is the Clipper jersey because that's very original, and I think they really did a nice job with that one. I'm sure you agree with that as well.
Yeah, so I might put the Clippers jersey up to A. I might bump it up just because it looks better than their regular jerseys right now. Their jerseys are pretty boring, and it's a new colorway that we haven't really seen from the Clippers before, so I think that's really good. I also really like the Atlanta jersey. Again, I'm a sucker for throwbacks, and this Atlanta jersey is really good. It looks really good when they're wearing it too. The New York jersey, I like new ideas, so going all black for the Knicks is pretty interesting. So, yeah, all in all, pretty good. I might move, like you said, the Warriors. I'm a little disappointed because they've always been a front runner in a lot of the new jerseys with the, what's it called, the Bay alternates and the new 75th edition alternates. So they've been pretty consistent. So I'm a little disappointed with them, so I might move them a few tiers down, like Devin said. The Rip City jerseys, I know I said I'm a sucker for throwbacks, but I feel like they played it a little too safe. So yeah, I might move them down. But yeah, keep going.
All right, moving on to the C tier, we have the Utah Jazz uniform. My reasoning on this is that they're just trying to do too much with it, I think. Their court looks really nice with it, if you've ever seen that, but the jersey itself is subpar. Moving on to the Boston Celtics. I'm a Celtics fan, Dad's a Celtics fan. But the jerseys are lackluster here. They could have done more with it. That's why it's in the C tier. Pacers, now looking at it, I think I would probably bump it up either to B, probably in the B tier. I think they did a nice job contrasting the yellow and blue colors with that white stripe in the middle. It looks good. Sacktown, I already know how you feel about this one. It's not great. I'd probably move it down. Washington, I just hate it the more I look at it.
Yeah, so similar to what I said with the Phoenix jerseys, the Utah jerseys, they've kept the same ones for probably 3 seasons now. So I'd like to see a little more creativity there. The Celtics jerseys, the biggest problem with having the most classic jersey in the NBA is that you can't really do much to change it. And the Celtics, it looks okay. It's just nothing special. It's just bang average for me. The Pacers, I'm okay with. Sacktown, that's an instant F. You can't have Sacktown on your jersey. I'm sorry. It's just not cool. Washington, I had it higher, but I've been convinced by Devin that they're god awful. So they're definitely going down.
All right, now we're nearing the end here, but we're going to start off the D tier with New Orleans Pelicans jerseys. Super generic. They really haven't done anything with it. I believe it's the same one as last year or previous year. Don't like that one. Denver and Sixers, honestly pretty similar in like the colorway, and then you have like, the rainbow on the side. Not really great looking. The T-Wolves, I keep going back and forth with this one. Like, it is pretty generic looking, but like I think that it would look pretty clean with the player wearing it. The Lakers, I'm not a huge fan of the purple scheme here. I think they could have done something really like creative with it. This one just reminds me of like a high school jersey. It doesn't really look all that nice. Not really sure what the logo is. We can't really see what it is. What do you think about these 6 jerseys?
This one, probably going with Sacktown, goes in the god-awful category. That's a straight F for me. Denver, I like it. I think it's more of like in the CB range. I think it's pretty solid. The Sixers, they kind of suck. It's kind of boring. The T-Wolves, I like the little gradient thing they got going on in the side. The color's pretty good. They're mixing in the old font, so I like that. The Lakers, don't really like it. Cavs jersey, also kind of lame. I don't really understand what they're going for. If there's a story that convinces me, maybe I'll change my mind.
I'm not sure if there's a story behind this one, but the Miami one is my least favorite out of all of them. I don't like, those, I don't even know how you describe the lettering, but like I just don't like the appearance of it. It just doesn't seem like it flows well for me. Dallas has potential, but in this particular image, it just looks way too basic for my taste. Magic, I don't know what they're going for here. Like, they're a blue team, but they're going with like the orange scheme, and they've been trying to push that for 2 seasons now, and it's just not working for me.
Yeah, nothing much to add to that. Miami, I like the effort, I really do. So every player has a different number combination based on all of their alternate uniforms and uniforms over the years. So concept, great. Execution, it just kind of looks like a ransom note. They tried too hard to be the Cavs. The Cavs had a similar jersey, but I think the Cavs did a better job executing that. Dallas, I need to see more of it. I really don't know how to feel about it. It could go either like B to D. Like, it could go anywhere. The Magic, I also agree with Devin. I originally had it in like a more solid, okay category. But yeah, the orange is just not working out.
All right, that does it for us for the 2021 brand new City Edition jerseys.
So thank you guys for tuning into the Suffolk Sports Report. We'll see you guys next episode.